Have you ever heard of a secret so profound it was buried inside a mountain? Deep within the limestone heart of Gibraltar lies a mystery from World War II, a story so incredible it was dismissed as a ghost tale for nearly half a century. This is the story of Operation Tracer, one of the most secretive and audacious plans of the entire war. A fortress hidden not in plain sight, but within the very rock it was meant to defend. Imagine this. It's the height of World War II. The Allies are fighting a desperate battle across Europe and North Africa. Gibraltar, the tiny British territory guarding the gateway to the Mediterranean, is a critical strategic point. But what if it fell? What if Axis forces managed to capture the iconic rock? British intelligence came up with a plan that was both brilliant and terrifying. A plan so secret it was known only to a handful of high-ranking officials. The code name was Operation Tracer. The concept was straight out of a spy thriller. They would build a completely self-sufficient fortress, a secret observation post, sealed deep inside the Rock of Gibraltar. If the fortress above was captured, a small team of men would be entombed inside this hidden chamber. Their mission? To continue the fight from beyond the grave, so to speak. They would secretly observe enemy naval movements in the Strait of Gibraltar and transmit that vital intelligence back to the Allies. They were to become the ghosts of Gibraltar, watching, waiting, and reporting, completely undetected. But this wasn't just a simple bunker. This was a tomb designed for the living. The chamber was meticulously planned and constructed. It had two observation posts, one facing west over the Bay of Gibraltar, and another facing east over the Mediterranean. These weren't just peepholes. They were cleverly disguised slits in the rock face, providing a panoramic view of the crucial shipping lanes. Inside, the complex included living quarters, a radio room, a toilet, and a water tank with a capacity of 10,000 gallons. Everything was designed to sustain a team of 6 men for years. Think about the psychological toll of such a mission. The men who volunteered for Operation Tracer were handpicked for their resilience, skills, and bravery. The team was comprised of a senior officer to lead them, 2 doctors, and 3 expert radio operators. They knew exactly what they were signing up for. Once the door to their secret chamber was sealed from the outside, there would be no way out. They would be voluntarily buried alive, with no guarantee of rescue, no promise of survival. Their only connection to the outside world would be a single radio transmitter. They were told they could be in there for a year, maybe longer. They even had a grim contingency plan, a burial plot dug into the earth floor of the bunker, just in case one of them didn't make it. These volunteers were true heroes, prepared for the ultimate sacrifice. They underwent intense training in secret locations in England, learning to live in confined spaces, operate their specialized equipment, and cope with the extreme psychological pressure. They were ready to vanish from the world, leaving their families and lives behind, all in the name of duty. Their existence would be erased, their fate unknown to anyone but a select few. If the mission went live, they would simply disappear, officially listed as missing in action. The construction of the bunker itself was a masterpiece of covert engineering. It was carved out by Royal Engineers in complete secrecy. Workers were told they were building an underground water storage tank. The location was so well hidden that even today, finding it requires navigating a labyrinth of tunnels within the rock. The entrance was a narrow passage, designed to be bricked up and cemented over, leaving no trace. Inside, the floor was covered in cork tiles to deaden sound, and the walls were lined to prevent dampness. Every detail was considered, from the bicycle-powered generator for their radio, to the design of the ventilation shafts that would provide fresh air without giving away their position. As the war raged on, the team waited in Gibraltar, ready to be sealed into their mountain tomb at a moment's notice. The threat of an Axis invasion, particularly through Franco's Spain in a plan codenamed Operation Felix, was very real. The men of Operation Tracer were on constant standby, their supplies packed, their minds prepared for an indefinite period of isolation. They were the ultimate last line of defense, a secret weapon waiting to be deployed. But as history played out, the invasion of Gibraltar never happened. Spain remained neutral. The tide of the war turned and the Allied forces gained the upper hand. The doomsday scenario that Operation Tracer was designed for never came to pass. By the end of 1943, the immediate threat had subsided and the secret plan was quietly shelved. The 6 men were returned to their regular duties, sworn to absolute secrecy for the rest of their lives. They took their incredible story with them, never speaking of the secret fortress or the mission they had volunteered for. And so, Operation Tracer faded from memory into myth. The chamber was sealed, its location lost. For decades, it became a local legend, a ghost story whispered among the inhabitants of Gibraltar and military historians. Was it real? Or just a fantastic rumor born from the high-stakes paranoia of wartime? Many searched for it, but the rock kept its secret well hidden. Official records were either destroyed or remained classified, and with no living witnesses willing to speak, the truth seemed lost forever. Then in the late 1990s, everything changed. A group of local cavers and explorers, known as the Gibraltar Caving Group, became obsessed with the legend. They spent years meticulously studying old maps, interviewing veterans, and exploring the vast network of tunnels inside the rock. Following a hunch about an unusual draft of air within one of the tunnels, they started probing the walls. After drilling a small hole, they pushed a camera through and saw something that made their hearts stop. A man-made chamber, perfectly preserved. They had found it. After more than 50 years, the lost fortress of Operation Tracer was rediscovered. The team carefully broke through the wall and stepped into a time capsule. The scene inside was eerie and untouched. Bunks were still in place, the bicycle generator stood ready, and remnants of the men's planned existence were scattered about. There were books, cooking utensils, and even the cork-tiled floor, exactly as it had been left. It was a silent, powerful testament to the 6 men who were prepared to be buried alive for their country. The legend was true. The discovery was a sensation. It brought to light one of the most fascinating and secret stories of World War II. It also finally allowed the story of the men involved to be told. One of the 2 doctors on the team, Dr. Bruce Cooper, was still alive at the time of the discovery. He was finally able to break his lifelong silence and confirm the details of the mission, providing a first-hand account of the plan and the men who were ready to execute it. His testimony brought this incredible piece of history to life. Today, Operation Tracer stands as a chilling monument to the hidden sacrifices of war. It's a story not of battles fought with guns and bombs, but of a psychological war, a battle of endurance, courage, and unwavering commitment. It is a reminder that some of the greatest acts of bravery are the ones that happen in silence, hidden from the pages of history. The secret fortress inside the mountain, waiting for a war that never came, is a powerful symbol of the extreme lengths people will go to in the defense of freedom. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey deep inside the Rock of Gibraltar. What an incredible story of secrecy and sacrifice. If you found this as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from the hidden corners of history. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We'll see you in the next one.